Hello and welcome. Today I have with me the most consistent player of TMGL, Dennis Massa Lotse. Hi, great to have you here.
Hi, thank you very much. Thank you for having me here. Let's see what we can talk about.
Of course, my pleasure. And yeah, you guys had an amazing start to the stage too. Beating out ITB and G1 already put some dangerous opponents out of the equation. What's the feeling of starting on a perfect score?
I mean, I guess it's satisfying. I guess you can say that. It's new to us as well, since we had a pretty rough season. It feels rewarding. I'm not gonna lie. I think the best word is rewarding. Not really overconfident, to be honest. But also like not really, scared of anything.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, well, Granady won the MVP vote on Sunday. I am kind of sharing his opinion that actually you should have been on that list. I think your current form is just very impressive and complete like 180 of what is commonly believed to be your usual output, like from inconsistent but fast to just consistently fast. What was different in preparation to this stage that allowed for this different outcome?
I think the main reason is not streaming the practice and
Mm-hmm.
actually practicing offline because I was only used to like practicing online and like on stream basically and share with my community and viewers. And yeah, last season I felt like I was missing always something on the maps. Also like lacking confidence on some of the maps. Also the identities didn't really fit me. And I felt like, I had a bad season. So, and I know I'm a good player. So this is not really like acceptable to me. I still want to try. So yeah, this season I decided to, yeah, do it a little different. Well, completely different to be honest. I just practiced everything offline, hiding everything in All Stars as well, and yeah, just focused on myself more rather than the community, I guess.
That's actually like an interesting opportunity to ask about it because most of the time it's either someone like exclusively for a long time is practicing offline or is just practicing online and doesn't care. But now you're in that
Yeah.
like after that transition, uh, like uh, sorry, I'm thinking of Polish word, but directly after that transition of going from online to offline, like so, what is like the difference? Like what is different about it? Like,
Well, I think first of all, you care more. So I definitely cared more this season than last season about the result because it was new to everyone, right? Like no one really knew like what kind of level to expect and also like what kind of seriousness like it's gonna be, right? Like now it's a team game. Your teammate relies on you. I rely on my teammate, and it's not just me, right? I can do whatever I want. So I took the opportunity to go full serious with Granadi together as well, who sat next to me right now, not anymore. So yeah, that's basically the difference. You play more serious and you play way more focused because on stream you're just like I'm looking chat, I'm reading chat, I'm answering a question, then I'm going back to the map, then I'm doing the turn again, then I look chat again. But here I can talk to Granadi or I can just focus fully on my game and
mhm.
focus on the maps actually rather than the entertainment.
Yeah, now you reminded me of something that I forgot in preparation for this interview. But you guys looked like when you were watching the stream, like you guys looked identical. Your lines, your cars were like inside of each other for the
It's quite
entirety
funny,
of
yeah.
some races. Like, do you think it's just because you guys like were practicing together next to each other, sharing lines, like seeing exactly what the other person was doing, or is it just that you guys have the same kind of style, something like that?
It's definitely not the same kind of style.
Yeah.
I think we are very different. It's definitely the fact that we learned the maps together. So our practice was quite simple. The first week we just chilled. We just looked at the maps, got to know them a little bit, and we built practice maps. So like part maps for every map, just like everyone does it. I'm pretty sure everyone does that nowadays, at
Hmm.
least like the majority of teams. And then we did a week. Well, actually, then we took some days off even. We even went for 4 days abroad to like Oslo and have a good time.
Hmm.
Also with Spam and Yug. And then when we came back, we were mentally ready and we were grinding for 5 days. Yeah, 5 days. It was exactly 5 days because we did 2 maps per day. And then we basically sat down all day long and learned the maps, practice maps together, like the part maps and then the full maps eventually. And yeah, that's how we learned the maps. Basically, we learned them together and we shared lines, what could be doable, what could be here. We compared goals. And yeah, this is how it went down. And I think that's the main reason why we have the same lines. I think we are driving almost the best lines possible on the maps. I don't think we really go for lines that are worse just because they're safer. I literally think we just figured out all the lines because we, tried them all out on practice maps. And yeah,
We'll get to
that's
the
how it came
lines
together.
a little bit later, but first, I wanted to talk about something new in your team, and that is the introduction of a coach in your staff. Could you tell us, like, what kind of input and how important to the team is Amaterasu?
So I think it's important to know that the whole coaching thingy is actually a requirement from Nadeo. You actually have to
Not
write down the
anymore.
name at least. I guess not anymore. Yeah, but at least we had to like sign up someone.
Yeah.
So we like everyone had to write someone down in the contract. That's all I know.
Yeah.
So eventually we thought of like, okay, we want to try a coach for fun, and we were thinking of people, and the only guy that really fit was Amaterasu, like personality wise. It was also really important to us is that the guy fits like into the team. It's not just one guy that's really good at the game or was really good at the game or wants to be the coach so badly, But it's really important that he fits. And yeah, he does fit into the game, which is already a big mental aspect. It's not just about like what kind of work he does. It's also like just being there and just supporting you. So already on the mental side, he's a big help. And obviously he's doing a lot of organization type of things like prac matches and the whole communication with Nadeo as well. He's also helping out. And yeah, also like with part maps, he's gonna help out, or he already helped out a little bit. And yeah, pick and bands, he's helping out as well. And he's also looking at lines from other people now. He's sending us like what can be improved. He's recording our prac matches actually. And that we also rewatch like one of them together. And yeah, all this kind of stuff basically. We're still trying to figure out what the coach can do, but he's already doing quite a lot for just, for the first month, I guess you could say.
Yeah,
First
it's
weeks. It's
entirely a
early
new role.
stages. Yeah, it's early
So
stages.
everybody has to figure it out somehow. But Nadio is giving coaches also some cool new functions inside of the matches. Great addition to stage 2 are the tactical timeouts. We've seen Amaterasu utilize those in your matches with actually great success, but how does it look in action? What kind of things are said during those breaks?
Well, actually, one pause was mainly taken due to checking out that one line, we're going to talk about probably on grip. The other pause was just to like mentally reset. We actually talked about this before. We set rules. So, like, we're going to take timeouts when, for example, we got stomped. So, let's just say, I don't know, G1 won 2 maps in a row. We just going to reset a little bit and talk a little bit, just like cool talk. I have no idea if it works or helps. I guess it did, maybe not. We don't really know, right? Can't really say instantly after one game or 2 games. So yeah, that's basically why we took the tactical breaks, and yeah, he can initiate them. We just trust him in that because we have to start trusting him to build some relation.
Yeah, exactly. And one of those timeouts, as you said, happened right before grip in your match against Juan. And then we saw the infamous line going above the pulse on the plastic turn. And I have just a simple question because it was bugging me the whole time. Like, was that line discovered before All Stars and just not used? And also, was the decision to use that line made during the timeout, or was it just your main line that you would have used anyway?
Actually, well, first of all, the line was known before All Stars. So we had that line before. And the decision to use that line was already done beforehand. And it was actually kind of a 5-head decision as well. Because we were, I don't want to say lucky, but it was actually not bad to have the worst seed in the pick and ban. Because we had the 4th pick, right? So G1 had to, if they want to play grip, they need to pick it before us, right? Because it could end 4-0 for either team. So we were quite sure that they won't have the line if they don't pick grip. We would have not, so basically we would have not picked grip if they picked it, obviously. But like we were sure already because they didn't pick it as third or first map that they don't have the line. So we already knew, like confidence wise, that they don't have the line, and we are definitely gonna use it. Like it was second pick all along. A grip was planned all the way that it would be second pick, no matter what. Like unless they picked it.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it all panned out as you said. They didn't have the line, and it was a huge advantage for you guys. But there were some other lines that showed up here and there. But definitely the craziest one was the ITB Vortex line. They used that in both matches, but let's say varying success. What do you think of it? Like, is it viable or just a coin flip?
It looks like a coin flip. I have actually tried it before. Like we had this. Well, I don't want to say we had this, but I've tried the bug slide there, and I was like, yeah, there's no way I can get the same exit speed. Like I can maybe make it work. Like it can make it like good, but there's just no way it's gonna be any consistent. And yeah, maybe in like 3-4 weeks, maybe already this week, I doubt though, people are gonna have it consistent and really, really good. But I still think that the normal line is way, way more consistent, and I think also faster if you hit it insane. That's just what I think,
Yeah.
because I know the PBs actually already talked to some players, and it looks like that, it's not really faster.
Because I guess there are a couple approaches to that one turn, to that one jump. It's either the ITB line or either normal jump or the cut ramp where you land really, really
Oh,
early.
yeah.
And that is, I think, the best approach. Where you,
Yeah, that's what we do.
we saw Mara get like insane speeds there. But did any other lines like of other maps and teams catch your eye during the Super Week?
Not really, not really. We had everything, so there was nothing really. Like even like small lines, let's say like the way you enter on poolside the dirt near the end. Like even that we knew that we can go inside, you can go outside. We actually even have one more line that we haven't shown, but it's barely faster, and we think it's not worth. So we will see. Maybe we're gonna whip it out if we get to playoffs, and it's like 0.5 faster. We'll see. I don't know yet, but there's one more line that no one has shown, and we are not so sure we're gonna use it because it's not that consistent yet.
In
Other than
case,
that,
we're gonna be keeping a close eye on that.
yeah, but other than that, there's not really anything that threw us off guard. Obviously, we haven't seen one map, right? I think Sinuous hasn't been played.
Not a single.
So yeah, I don't know. There's nothing really, to be honest. I think the maps are straightforward. I think they're pretty nice, and they are not so dank, I would say. So I don't think there are even that many lines that you can do different overall.
Recently, we've seen a tier list on a Cup of the Day podcast with Birdie on it, where they put Big in the lowest tier. To make it, to me, it kind of looks like the BDS underdog situation from stage 1, so far at least. But where would you put Big on a tier list after first 2 sets of matches?
I mean, I would put us obviously on the top. Like if you look at performances, I think we played actually the best as a team. I do think that Alliance and Solary are also looking great. And obviously, Solary will improve throughout the season on maps. I think overall we are better right now on the maps. But, as a team or as individuals, Solary are, way more prestige and way, way better on paper. But yeah, after play day 1 and 2, I would say it's those 3 teams I just named, Alliance, us, and Solary, that I would put in like, the top 3, I guess. I don't know in which order.
That's interesting.
I think right now we're a bit better, but it's just because we are, I guess, more ready or more confident. I don't know.
That's interesting because I got the impression that like Solary and BDS didn't really show their best side yet. I thought that the best 3 teams were so far G1, Alliance, and you guys. And
I actually forgot about G1. Sorry, I actually forgot about G1.
Yeah. So like I wanted to ask you like, but you already went into it. But I wanted to ask you like what the whole tier list would look like in your mind at the current stage of the league.
Yeah, I actually forgot about G1. That's my bad. Actually, G1 is easy like up there as well. But that's mainly thanks to Gwen. Like, that's so crazy. Like, it's not like Mada Soldier, where Mada is just really, really good, and Soldier is, Soldier is good doing his job. Sometimes he's there, and I think Soldier is getting better and better. The G1 is just Gwen ultra carry and hoping that Bing sometimes, when he fails, is there. And yeah, I don't really know what to think of G1, right? But obviously Gwen is absolutely hard carrying. And yeah, from the tier list wise, I would probably put them in as well. I can't really. I think they were stronger than Solary as well. Actually, now I just forgot about them somehow, even though we played them.
Yeah.
Actually, they were better than Solary on paper. But then again, you always have to say like Solary played ITB. ITB was not that great, obviously, since we beat them 4-0. I think it shows that they weren't ready enough, or I don't know what the hell is happening. But on paper, G1 was better that weekend, actually. Like on pace and also like clutch wise, they were just better. But you always have to see like Solary can adapt. Carl always plays like just like according to the enemy or like opponent, sorry. So he can maybe go faster, or maybe he's getting more push than when he plays someone like Gwen instead of Elk on mine. So I don't really know, right? It's hard to judge like that. So I guess it's just those 4 teams in one tier. Don't know if you want to call it S or A. Then I would say there is a gap to who's left? Sinners. Well, we got Sinners,
BDS, ITB, and K Corp.
Yeah, I would put Sinners and ITB kind of the same at the moment. I almost want to say Sinners looks more promising at the moment, but can't really say that after they lost 0-4 to Alliance, which were great. So I think Sinners, ITB are definitely there's a small gap to those 4 teams at the moment, and BDS is I guess like in between. I think BDS is a bit below us 4 at the moment, and then there's like ITB and Sinners.
And there's the last team, of course, K Corp, that you will be playing in a week. We of course haven't seen them do anything yet, unfortunately. We hope that Bran is doing well right now. But I read somewhere that apparently you guys had scrims against each other, which leads me to the question: would you be able to like tell us what can we expect from them?
No.
All right.
Because no matter when this interview goes out, I think it's not good to say, out of respect to the other players and team. Obviously, I know I have a clear opinion. Opinion is very clear, actually, on certain matchups. But I don't want to say how good they are or how promising it is for us, because it kind of sucks right now because we are playing them, right? And you would like to know how confident we are. But I just out of respect,
That's 100%.
Not gonna say anything.
Yeah, my last question was if you had any predictions for that match, but I guess you're keeping your mouth shut. You're not saying anything.
No.
All right, that's understandable. Understandable. Thank you very much for the interview, for your answers. Do you have any short message to the fans?
Yeah, sure. Especially to my community. Sorry for not streaming that much, but thank you all for supporting me and Granady and the whole big team. We tried always our best, also with delivering the in-house show we had. And I'm glad a lot of people also bought some merch. And yeah, I hope we're gonna catch up to each other in my stream, Grenady's stream, or even in the main cast again. So thank you very much.
And to all the viewers, you can find all the links to Massa's socials in the description. Thank you very much for watching, and if you enjoyed, I invite you to leave a like and subscribe for more interviews in the future. Thank you very much.